it is taking us so much of time to just recruit one video editor and one graphics editor. We actually got graphics editor and we are still trying to acquire a video editor. Why? Either they come unprepared for the interview and we feel that they are not good enough, or that we have some expectations and they are not meeting those expectations. Today, I want to kickstart this meeting or this session with a thought in my mind that there is a lot of things, or there are a lot of things that goes even before interview, even before you knock the door, or maybe I should say, even before you click that submit button and send your resume. Today, it will be little bit of PPT, a big amount of PPT, I would say, compared to what I do. But there is also a lot of surprise element for you if you stay till the end. So let me quickly share the PPT and right away jump into the session. This is there. Now let me go to this. Hare, what is this? I'm not talking about any science. I'm not talking about space and all those things. How come I'm showing something, a galaxy? Watch out this space. Remember this picture, because there is something that I want to show you when we come to the fag end of this session regarding this thing. It is proven that the hiring manager decides about a candidate just in 6 minutes 25 seconds. It's not me that I'm saying. It has been proven, and the research has been done by none other than one of the famous job portals, which heavily takes only people at senior level and also at executive level. It is not like Naukri or Indeed or Shine. Monster has its own reputation of recruiting senior people, executives. Their research actually shows this. क्यों दिल करता है धक धक मेरी यार. How many of you remember this song from Krantivir? Request everyone to be on camera. Remember this song? क्यों दिल करता है धक धक मेरी यार, कुछ और नहीं एक करियर का बीमार. देर वहां पे प्यार का बीमार है. नाउ फॉर एवरीवन who is getting into an interview has this heartbeat going beyond their control. They try to calm their nerves. They move here and there in their seat just to avoid that uneasiness of entering into that room, because we don't know what kind of questions gets asked. We don't know whether our preparation is adequate. How many of you felt this kind of feeling? Show with a rise of hand. That it is always a jittery feeling when I have to get into the interview room. Show with a rise of hand. Milind says yes. So request everyone to be on camera so that you can watch me dancing and singing. Anyways, you are hearing. So the point I'm trying to make is, this is a feeling that everybody has कि दिल बहुत तेजी से भागता है, and then your breath becomes uncontrollable. You feel your palms sweating, your throat chokes. This is all the side effects of not having enough preparation, or even with the preparation that you feel internally to you that you are going to get something inside the room which is unexpected. On an average, let us think somebody who has worked maybe 60 years or 70 years. How many interviews maximum they will take in their career? A dozen interviews? That's also too much nowadays. Dozen interviews means that person has already shifted across 12 plus companies, 13, 14 companies. We are not so much accustomed to give interviews as much as the other person who is on the other side accustomed to take interviews, the recruiters or HR, because that is their day-to-day activity. But we are not tuned to that. So today we will understand in 3 simple steps how you can dismantle this thought process in your mind and become that person who can easily walk into the interview room and get the dream job that you have been longing for so much time. Let me again come back to the slides. As I mentioned, क्यों दिल करता है धक धक मेरे यार, क्योंकि ये करियर का प्रॉब्लम है, प्यार का प्रॉब्लम भी नहीं है. Where is the mouse? Yes. Alexander Graham Bell said this: before anything else, preparation is the key. Be it you want to do some dish, be it you want to go for a trip, and most importantly, if you want to take that pivoting in your career, or you want to move from your current job to another job, expecting a higher rise, it all depends on how much amount of preparation that you have given. And this is something that I got today when I was browsing some website, and I was in conversation with the person who was the developer for that website. And that person told me this, that in the current age, even before the person sees you face to face, the first impressions are already being formed. I don't have to explain it in detail, but let me give an example. And this is an example from my life. 2022 November, I was so much pissed off with my job. My salary was below 20 lakhs and my experience was almost 20 years. So I felt there is something terribly wrong in my approach towards crafting my career and making it big. And I was under that, at that time I was having mentoring, and this person suggested me to be on LinkedIn. And this mentoring that I was taking was not actually for career. It was to become a digital entrepreneur. However, I saw that my audience are not there on LinkedIn, but since he is saying multiple number of times that just be there on LinkedIn and try to do something, I was there on LinkedIn for quite a few days, just doing forwards, and whatever I see in the Google News as per my skill set and other things, I was just sharing. Fast forward 1 month, somewhere I felt that it is on the way of actually giving me results. Exactly 16 days after, mid of January, January 16th, this person from a startup calls me and invites me to his office. And I enter to his office with my resume, prepared, print out, everything. And he did not see even the resume, and he started talking about the post that I have done and every other thing that I was doing on LinkedIn. The impression was already sealed way before multiple days. The last day being that I enter into his office and he said that, can you handle the team which is doing XYZ? However, because of certain reasons, travel and other things, I had to say no to it. The point I'm trying to say is your digital footprints are already being observed by people. How many of you, when you hear somebody's name, you just immediately go and look at that person's presence online? You may get the Facebook link, you may get LinkedIn link, anything, but those images and those digital presence, those digital footprints actually create something in your mind regarding that person. Now, no recruiter doesn't, every recruiter will not even make a call without checking your LinkedIn profile, without checking how good you are. In fact, I spoke with one recruiter and the recruiter says that this name and lawsuit, this name, some name and police case, this name and certain legal stuff. When you do a binary search, you may try whatever you want to hide the information, but your Kundali, Janma Kundali will be in front of recruiters and they will take a decision whether you will go to the next stage or you will not go to the next stage. So important is your presence in this digital age because the first impressions are being formed there. Now I invite you for these 3 steps. So I want people who are there on camera to flash their three fingers saying that, yes, I am ready for three things. Because I know you can't speak, you are not able to mute, but I want you to show three because I want you to speak something also. I know lip reading, so I will read your lips. So what is the first step? The first step is very, very crucial. It is the age old thing. Even though you get bored, this is what I can only say. Inside yourself, or if you are in a closed room, say to yourself that I am a star. Say it now. Now, what do I mean? A star candidate. A star candidate is one who has options. A star candidate is one who understands that I am not just getting into an interview to get a job. I am getting into this conversation. I'm quoting this word, conversation, to understand whether this particular work aligns with my work-life balance, the remuneration, my values, and the technology and other things that I really want to work. And here is a small secret. Every employer or recruiter, the hiring manager, wants the person who is right in front of him to be the last person that he or she is interviewing. Because for all the people who are there who might have taken interviews, we all know how painful it is to block our time and go and interview someone. You have to read the resume, you have to understand what it is, sit through that person and understand whether he is a right fit for our project or not, and come back, discuss. So much of bandwidth gets spent to recruit a person. And this is only the time factor. There is a huge amount of money also that goes. Obviously, when you are not working on your project and you are being billed, the money is anyways getting lost there. However, for the job to be put in certain various portals, for the recruitment agency, everything is accounted for. So we all want, or in fact, employers want this person to be the last person to be the one I am interviewing because I want this person to take this job. Be that qualified and take this job. Star interviewee actually knows this. Star candidate knows that it is not me alone who is getting benefited in this transaction. It is also the organization. It is also the hiring manager. Each and everyone in this transaction is going to get benefited if at all I get recruited or I get this job. A star candidate actually thinks like that. It's a mindset. It has nothing to do with preparation, but you telling to yourself that you are a star candidate. However, the next step is bit crucial. And this is where some amount of emotion also comes. Telling to yourself, I am well prepared. Feel it now. You don't have to speak, but feel it now. To feel that you are ready for a job takes more than just saying that I am so and so. You can say I am hungry, but the feeling of hungry is different. The feeling of hunger is different, and you actually need to consume something. So what do I mean by well prepared? To show you exactly what it means, I am showing you this. See, I don't know about you all people, but I am a crazy fan of how-to list, to-do list, and cheat sheets and all those things. How many of you are also crazy fans of give me list of 10 things what to do? I like putting a tick mark, show with a raise of hand. There is so much of information, just give me a cheat sheet, just give me a checklist. And for you, for your job, I have a good news. The checklist is already there in front of you, and that is nothing but your job description. Your pre-interview preparation starts with understanding the job description. So when I say understanding job description, what exactly does it mean? Let us see a real job description that today I have taken for a role called as marketing manager. I did not mention any geography. However, because I am doing a search and my LinkedIn profile has contact information populated with Bangalore, the first opportunity that it showed, considering my presence on LinkedIn, brand manager. Let us go to the next thing. This is the description. So every job description has three things. The first thing is the description of the job. Understand or look at the lines which have been underlined. This is so important for you to observe in job description. You can take help of ChatGPT. I am not denying that. However, you as the person who is going to sit in front of the panel and going to answer the questions, you need to understand what are the must. Can you see here? He or she must. It's not that it is good to have, must. And he should be, should, must. These are the phrases that you need to look into the job description and understand what is the criteria based on which you are going to be evaluated all through the interview. You talk anything beyond that, yes, people will listen. But facts are facts. They are not as interested as what you will speak about those things that they say you need to have this, or these are the must-haves. The second part of a job description obviously will be responsibilities. And you will see certain terms, certain duties, certain duties are not duties and responsibilities, certain keywords, certain skills getting repeated. For example, the job description already has billing selection and when demand generation. These are all the skills that they need, which they have already put it in the job description. They repeated in the responsibilities. The point here is to understand what are those 3 or 4 things that you have. It might not be, or it is highly unlikely that somebody would be having all those skills. However, someone who is in the same domain definitely would be having 2 or 3 must-haves. So read the description, come to the responsibilities and understand what are the must-haves. So let me go back a little bit and see here. Look at the last statement. The candidate must be an effective communicator in working with some of the Amazon's most important partners and vendors, as well as within internal colleagues and groups. Now look at the statement I underlined here, demand generation. This includes working with members on the category management team, which might be the internal team, I don't know, or might be the external team. What I am trying to say is the things that are mentioned in the description will have some kind of modification, but will be repeated in your responsibilities. Finally, you come to the qualifications. Not so important. However, you are knowledgeable enough, or somebody who is applying for a job is already knowledgeable enough to understand whether I can apply or not. So reading the job description is literally like the cheat sheet that you will read before you do any action. Now, this is the most important thing that I want to take away from this session. If not anything, I want you to take this. The best marketer gets the job, not the most qualified. Let me repeat it again. The best marketer gets the job, not the most qualified. I have had experience myself as an interviewee and also as an interviewer. Somebody who has put the tick mark in all the list of skills that I have or I requested did not even go through the first round of interview. Interview is, maybe in the interview you can showcase your skills, but for somebody to lend you an offer, it is more than what you can talk about only your skills. The other person has to get a conviction that you are the person that the interviewer or the hiring manager is okay to see your face repeatedly every Monday morning without getting pissed off. And that is why people say that, oh, I don't want to see my manager's face. Likewise, the manager also is a human. He also, or he or she also might not be in a mood to actually see your face. How is then that 2 hours decide that the other person gets convinced that you are the right person? So it is not always the skills. It is something beyond, which is how you market yourself to be the right fit for the job. Not just what you do, You also tell how you do and why you do what you are doing. So think about your career as being a marketer and marketing yourself. So going forward, the theory will be little bit complex, but I will make it so simple that you will say that, oh, this is what is I have to do, and you will be at the end of the session with a plan. Interviewers have a plan. When I was going for interviewing something, I saw that person's resume. I prepared a set of questions. I know for this project, these are the kind of questions I want to ask, sometimes even one day before. Unfortunately, the experience has been that the person who is supposed to answer is not at all having a plan. So if your interviewer is having a plan, it is really nonsensical to think on part of a person who is trying for a job not to have a plan. So to summarize, you need to always ask yourself when you see a job description, responsibilities and anything, collating all the things and understanding what are the must-haves that I need to know and how I can actually relate my experience with those must-haves. So this is where I'm saying it is not necessary that you need to have all the 5 skills or 6 skills. You need to have those 3 or 4 must-haves from the list of must-haves, and you should have a narrative or a story for each one of it. Step 3, making life very, very easy for you. Chat GPT. So this is the GPT time, like how Motorola will say, hello Moto. So I'm saying, hello AI. People will be now, I want someone from 3 categories. And what are those 3 categories? Let me open the document and show you so that it makes more sense for people. Where am I? Okay, here it is. So let me share the screen. Yes. This is the document that has been shared in the group. Now, this document is something which will help you to plan your interview, irrespective of whether you are a beginner in the sense, a recent graduate trying to get a job. You have certain years of experience, but you are still in the early career stage, or you are a mid-career professional, or you are somebody who is aiming for leadership position. Now, this is the plan. This document has been sent to you. Each category needs to address certain specific elements of what the interviewer or the organization expects. The criteria based on which an executive will be evaluated definitely will be different from a fresher. If everybody agree, show with a raise of hand. The criteria will be different. So how is that somebody will sit and fill all these aspects? The table itself, when I'm creating this table itself, I felt, oh my God, thank God I did not have to go through all these things. So to help you people to go through this, I have created a custom GPT. And this is called pre-interview mentor. Anyone who is a recent graduate, raise your hand and my team will enable you to speak. This is your opportunity to see how your career or your plan will get unfolded if you are somebody who is a fresher. And people who are behind cameras, I sincerely request you to be on camera. And if you are somebody who is just out of the college, raise your hand. So I'll count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If nobody is there, then we will pick up a mid-career person. 5, 4. Team, please observe if somebody is raising the hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like there is no one. Anyone from mid-career who wants to try it? Array, who is there raising the hand? Milind. Team, can we unmute Milind? Milind, if possible, can you please be on camera? Now, this is a very unique GPT, which will also cater for your internal job rotations. It is not just an external job, but also an internal job. So, Milind, are you able to speak? Team, okay, I'm asking to unmute. Can we unmute Milind? Milind, are you there? So quickly, someone, we are running out of time. So Kanaya, are you there? Okay, Vineet, would like to go for a try?
Yes, am I audible?
Yeah, Milind, okay. You are audible now. Okay, let's go. So here is how the GPT starts. So the GPT will ask you whether you are trying for an external interview or an internal interview, which is you want to move from one department to another department within the same organization. Understand that even going from one department to another department in the same organization is also complex enough, like an external job. So now, Milind, is it for an internal interview or external interview?
It is for external.
External. Okay. Now you are in mid-career?
Yes.
Yes. You give these inputs. Now the custom GPT will guide you. So phase A is mindset preparation. So it asks certain kinds of question. There are 5 phases: mindset preparation and understanding the job description, your skills, the companies that you want, and all those aspects. And when you keep on answering these questions, it finally summarizes all those aspects and actually generates for you. Okay, where is that? Your unique table with a plan, how many hours that you need to spend on a particular item so that you get your desired job. You don't have to fill this form by yourself. I know it's so much painstaking. You have this custom GPT, which will take you step by step. You can see, can you see here? It is already saying it will take 30 to 45 minutes per day. So it's a systematic approach. That's why I intentionally named it as pre-interview mentor. It takes you through the complete process, and will give you a plan. And this plan is going to be very unique to yourself, because what excites Milind cannot be the same thing that excites Ramaraj or that excites Chandrasekhar. We all are unique, and our aspirations and our dreams, everything about a job are unique and different. So when you sit with this custom GPT, and to get this custom GPT, what is it you need to do? Or let me put this question like this. How many of you want this custom GPT show with a rise of hand? Amsi, मुझे interview crack करना है. Can you give me this custom GPT? 2 participants raised a hand. Oh, everybody is raising their hand. Okay. I understood. क्यों दिल करता है धक धक मेरे यार. Okay. Yes. You will be getting this thing. So you understood the capability of this GPT, because it's a very long process. It will take a lot of time. So it is being given to you. Yeah, this is what is the thing. Guys, I want you to get so serious about your career for this one simple reason. If you are starting a career and you don't want to make or grow your career daily, I would say it's absolutely pointless. And this you attach it to your career or anything, this is equally applicable. Do you agree? Show with a raise of hand. Because if you don't know why you are starting something, you will just end up wasting your time, energy, and other resources. Oh, now the science. Vamsi, why did you show that galaxy at the beginning? Because in our career dwar, we have stars. This GPT called Career Mapper GPT. People who can recollect from the previous session, I introduced this GPT. It's one of the stars. So you start with your Career Mapper GPT, then you come to your Career Clarity Audit GPT, which will help you to help a job seeker to build a professional brand. The first step of building the professional brand. Then you come to this GPT that I am speaking about, which is pre-interview mentor. This is the thinking group. All these three GPTs will help you to understand more and more about you and see where you stand. So I see we are nearing the time. Do I have your permission for 5 more minutes so that I can show you all the GPTs that are there as part of this galaxy that I call the stars of Career Dwar. And I named it as Career Dwar Custom GPT Galaxy. From there, you come to Resume Audit GPT. So you have your career mapper, you do your pre-interview mentor work, and you get your clarity about the things. You, by this time, with pre-interview mentor career clarity audit, you will also understand to answer the most popular questions that are asked in interview. Tell me about yourself, your elevator pitch, all the things sorted. Now you come with the analysis of this thing, you create a summary and you feed it to your resume GPT. Now the resume GPT will generate two kinds of resumes. The first auditing output will be given to the second GPT, which is the preparation GPT, which will generate two versions of resumes, which are ATS compliant. And from there, you go to the cover letter GPT. At every stage, the previous GPT output can become, if you want, or you have enough context for the second GPT, you can give it. Else, you can take the summary of the first GPT output and give it to second GPT. This I call it do group. Now you have thought everything. You understood what you want, why you want, everything you want. Now you make it into a concrete format called your resume and also cover letter. All the weapons for you to fight your career battle is now there with you, except one thing. You need to create your LinkedIn profile and you should start branding yourself. Else, all the things that you are doing in the think group and do group will not yield any result whatsoever. You are just absolutely wasting your time. Once you are in your LinkedIn profile, I call it get group. I want you to get the job actually. You think, you do, and you finally get. Now, what is there? There are more GPTs that are yet to come. Content GPTs and this GPT, networking GPT, all those kind of things. How you write an article, Medium article, how you write, if you are somebody who is a programmer, how will you create a code and push it into GitHub, the technical, non-technical stuff, everything. These are the stars that I am creating just to decorate the Career Dwar galaxy. To get this current GPT, you need to be part of this group. However, here is the good news that I want to tell. Few of the GPTs, and in fact, the GPT that I have created now, I took almost 7 to 8 hours because I actually went through my prompt engineering course again. I poured myself, dedicated myself, understanding so many other custom GPTs, how they are done and all those things. And I brought that information into this custom GPT. However, to get other GPTs and be part of this complete galaxy, there is one action that you need to do. And that is, you need to come to the webinar where we speak more about these GPTs and how you can use it. So team, can we have the link in the chat box so that interested people who really want to explore their career in depth using the power of GPT, because the intention is simple. We want you to get bigger result in the lesser amount of time. We don't want you to waste so much amount of time. We want you to get huge amount of result in less amount of time. So if you are interested, few GPTs, yes, we are giving through our talks, but some GPTs which are more the do aspect will be dealt as part of our classes. So if you are interested, the link is in the chat box. Go ahead and become part of the webinar that is going to happen every Saturday. Yeah. So team, can we have the link? And to download the GPT, in the sense, to get the link of the GPT, you need to be part of the Facebook group and the WhatsApp group. So here is the link to be part of the webinar so that you understand more about what is the process and how you can get all the GPTs under one umbrella. Yeah. Cool. So I have taken exactly 5 minutes. I asked for 5 minutes. I took exactly 5 minutes. See you all again in the next Career Dua Talks. Be bold, be brave, use the power of AI and custom GPTs and whatsoever, wherever you get, harness the power of AI to make your career better. Because if not you, who is going to take care of your career? On that note, see you all soon.